Have you ever stood by the ocean, listening to the waves, and heard that familiar, piercing cry? For money of US, the seagull is just part of the background noise of the coast, a simple bird, an opportunist, waiting for a dropped chip or a discarded sandwich. But what if we've been looking at them all wrong? What if, within that common sound lies a profound lesson in courage and the quiet power of the flock? Look closer. Watch the one that separates from the group on the shore. It doesn't just wander. It watches the horizon. It feels the shift in the wind. With a few powerful beats of its wings, it lifts off, not towards the boardwalk, but out over the vast, empty blue. To us, it's a terrifying emptiness. To the gull, it's a field of possibility. This is an act of pure faith, trusting its wings, its instincts, trusting that the ocean will eventually reveal its bounty. This single bird is an explorer, a scout, venturing into the unknown on behalf of the many. This is the courage we often struggle to find. The courage to leave a job that feels safe but unfulfilling. The courage to start a new project, to write the first page of a book, to make a phone call we've been dreading. We stand on the shore of our comfort zone, looking out at the vastness of what if, and we hesitate. The gull does not. It simply flies. Then, a change. The lone explorer sees a flicker of silver beneath the waves, a disturbance on the surface. It's too much for one, and so it lets out a cry, a single, sharp call that carries across the water. It is not a cry of hunger. It is a signal, an invitation, and from the shore, from the piers, from the sky, they answer. One by one, then in a cascading rush, the flock rises. They are a team, responding to a trusted signal. Watch them work. They swarm the area, their calls and dives creating a commotion. This collective action confuses the school of fish below, driving them closer to the surface. What was impossible for one bird to hunt becomes an easy meal for many. No one assigned a leader. The leadership was the opportunity itself, and the teamwork was instinct. We see this same dance in our own world. Think of a small team trying to solve a difficult problem at work. One person, the scout, has a small breakthrough. Instead of keeping it to themselves, they share Italiano. That is their call. Suddenly, the energy in the room shifts. Ideas begin to fly. The collective mind drives the problem to the surface. Or consider a person who starts a small community garden in a neglected urban space. But their visible effort is a call. Soon, a small team gathers. They share tools, they share knowledge, they share the work. Together, they create a thriving green space that no single person could have managed on their own. First, we must learn to scan our own horizons, build the courage to fly out beyond the comfortable shore. Be the scout. Second, we must learn to listen for the call, recognize an opportunity to join a collective effort, and finally, make the call ourselves. Share your vision in beat to them and you will be amazed at who answers. The next time you stand by the sea and hear that cry, don't just hear a bird. Hear an invitation. Sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is to fly out alone, and other times, it's to fly together.